Because the fact is, you can always refine later. You can always pivot later. You can always expand later. But you cannot optimize something that doesn't even exist. Stop waiting for clarity to arrive before you take action. Clarity comes after you've taken action, not before. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. My name is Nick Scott. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist who helps professional women turn their existing skills into high-ticket coaching offers. If that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's stay connected. Let me ask you something. How long have you been thinking about starting a coaching business? A few months, a few weeks, a few years? And how many more tabs do you have open on your laptop or your desktop right now where you're researching certifications or when do I know that I'm ready to be a coach? Let me be honest with you, that research spiral that you're in, it's not preparing you. It's stopping you. It's stopping you from putting yourself out there. It's stopping you from possibly failing. And it's stopping you from finding out what you're actually capable of. But here's what I have learned after helping so many women turn their skills into coaching businesses. The thing that keeps you stuck isn't missing information. Because the truth is, you have enough information. The thing that is keeping you stuck is the decision to start. So today, I'm going to help you make that decision. I'm going to walk you through 4 steps to help you start your online coaching business. Not to think about starting an online coaching business, not to plan out how to start an online coaching business. By this time tomorrow, you could have your first offer built and have made your first connection with a prospective client. Before we get into the steps, let me tell you something that I wish someone would have told me back when I started. When I first thought about becoming a coach, my biggest hesitation was not the tech. It wasn't finding clients. My biggest hesitation and the thing that kept me from moving forward sooner than I would have was a voice inside my head asking me,
"Who do you think you are?"
I remember sitting at my desk Googling things like, do I need a certification to become a coach? Or what makes me qualified to call myself a coach? I was looking for somebody, anybody, to give me permission. Some credential that could finally make me feel as if I were ready. You know how it is being a high achiever. You feel like you need to have one more degree, one more certification, one more accolade to make you feel like it's enough. Here's what I learned the hard way. That permission that you're looking for, nobody is coming to give it to you. You're going to have to give it to yourself. Just like I did, and just like all of the other coaches that you see out here building scalable, profitable coaching businesses. And I know that sounds like something that you may have seen in one of those motivational quotes that come across your Facebook or Instagram, but it's the truth. No certification, no degree, no amount of resource, not another course is going to make you feel ready. Because the fact of the matter is, ready is not a feeling. It's a decision. Now, let me give you a little bit of context about what's really happening in this industry. The online coaching industry is projected to be nearly a $12 billion industry by 2032. That's not hype. That's called demand. People are actively looking for guidance. They're looking for transformation. They're looking for someone who has been where they are and who can help them move forward. They're not looking for a wall full of certificates or a wall full of degrees. They're looking for real experience, real results, and real transformation. Honestly, they're probably looking for you. You just haven't shown up yet. So I'm hoping that this video is going to change all that. Now let's get into it. Step 1 is all about getting clear on what actually qualifies you to be a coach. And I need you to hear this because you may have been misled about what this actually means. You may have heard that real coaches don't give advice. They just ask questions and people come up with their own answers. Really, that's a textbook definition of what a coachee is. And honestly, there is a place for that. But if that's all you're doing in today's market, people are going to believe that you don't even really know anything. What clients are actually looking for in 2026 is what I call coach-sulting. And it's a blend of coaching and consulting. Yes, you're going to help your clients tap into their own wisdom, but you're also going to say, you know what? I have been exactly where you are. Here's what I would do. Take my experience so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. That's the value. You're not just holding space. You're offering shortcuts. You're saving people time and money because you've already been down the path that they're wanting to go down. Now let's talk about certifications for a minute, because I know this is where a lot of women get stuck. Are there industries that require licenses? Yes. And by and large, the folks that work in those industries, they know that they need certifications. Things like therapy, financial planning, legal advice. Like I said, if you're in one of those spaces, you already know what those requirements are, and you know that they're non-negotiable. But for most types of coaching, what you need isn't a piece of paper. What you need is experience that gets people results. So let me give you some examples and be a little bit more specific here. Maybe you've spent 15 years in corporate, and every time somebody in your network wants to launch something, they come to you first. That is experience. Maybe you've navigated a career pivot that everyone else around you thought was impossible, and now they all want to know how to do it. That's called experience. Maybe you've built systems or a process that allow you to run your household, dominate your job, and still have a life. And other women, they keep asking you, how do you do it all? You make it look so effortless. That is experience. So stop asking, am I certified? Start asking yourself, what results have I gotten that other people are asking me about? What problems have I solved that other women are still struggling with? I genuinely believe every woman watching this video has something in them that can change somebody's life, because you've solved problems. You've overcome obstacles. You've figured out things that other people are still trying to navigate. The only difference between you and the person that needs your help is that you are just a few steps ahead of where they want to be. And that's it. That's all coaching is. Before we move on, I want you to answer this. What is one thing that people constantly come to you for? What advice do you find yourself giving people over and over and over again? What questions do your friends, your family, your colleagues, or even strangers ask you about all the time? That's your starting point. Stop dismissing it as obvious or not special enough. The things that feel easy to you are often the things that people would gladly pay for. Step 2 is all about finding your niche. And I'm going to save you from the trap that I see way too many aspiring coaches fall into. And that trap is spending months and sometimes years trying to come up with something completely original and revolutionary, something that's never been done. Like, you need to invent a whole new area of coaching before you feel good enough to start. I did it. I wasted so much time trying to come up with something revolutionary when the truth is what I needed was staring me right in my face the whole time. I just couldn't see it because I felt like it was too easy or too simple or too obvious. Here's the thing, your perfect coaching niche is probably staring you right in the face too. You just haven't convinced yourself that's what it is because it might feel too obvious. You might feel like it's not special enough. But what I need you to understand is that your prospective clients, they don't care about original. They care about results. They care about outcomes. They care about the transformation that you can take them through. They want to know, what is their life going to look like after they've worked with you? What's going to change? What about them is going to be different? The most successful coaching niches are not the most creative or the most unique. They're the ones that solve real problems with real solutions. Helping someone negotiate a higher salary. Helping someone build the confidence to speak up in meetings without their voice shaking. Helping someone go from corporate to entrepreneurship without burning through their life savings. Helping someone create boundaries so they can create a life outside of work. Notice what all of these things have in common. They're specific, they're tangible, and someone can picture exactly what their life would look like on the other side. I know some of you are thinking, but I still have no idea what my thing is, and that's okay. But I also know that for most of you watching this video, it's not that you don't know. It's that you've dismissed everything that came to mind because it felt too simple, too easy, too crowded, or too been there, done that. Here's the part I really want you to understand. You don't need to find the thing that you want to do forever. You just have to pick something and start. I've watched this play out way too many times. Taking imperfect action beats perfect planning every single time. Because the fact is, you can always refine later. You can always pivot later. You can always expand later. But you cannot optimize something that doesn't even exist. Stop waiting for clarity to arrive before you take action. Clarity comes after you've taken action, not before. And if you're genuinely stuck on what your niche should be, I have a free guide of 101 business coaching ideas to get you started. It's linked in the description, so go get it, find something that resonates, and then come back to this video. Step 3 is all about creating your coaching offer. And I already know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking about all the things that you need to figure out. You might be thinking about, well, how long should my program be? What should I include in my container? How do I price it? What if I include too much? What if I don't include enough? Should I do calls, courses, or both? What platform should I use? And this is where so many women get stuck for months and years. They stress over the details. They spend way too much time researching what other coaches are doing. They compare, they second guess, they tweak and retweak something that hasn't even been launched yet. Let me make this real easy for you. Your first offer doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't even need to be comprehensive. It doesn't need to cover every possible scenario your client might go through. And as a matter of fact, it shouldn't. Your first offer needs just 3 things: a clear outcome, a defined container, and a price that attracts serious people. That's it. What result are you helping them get? How long will you be working together? And what does it cost? Everything else are details that you can figure out as you go. And here's what I see happen over and over again. Women wait until they have the perfect offer before they start going out to try to sell it. But we all know that perfect doesn't even exist. And even if it did, you wouldn't be able to create something perfect until you started working with clients first. Because you need real feedback. You need real questions. You need real results. That's what shapes a great offer, not more time with you in an open Google Doc. So let me just say this. Your first coaching package doesn't need to be perfect. Mine definitely wasn't. You'll improve it as you help more people, because perfectionism is just procrastination dressed up in an expensive dress. And it'll keep you stuck longer than any imperfect offer ever will. Done is better than perfect, especially when perfect doesn't exist. Now, if you want the exact structure, pricing, and templates to help you build your complete offer in 2 hours instead of 2 months, I created a micro course that's called 2K in 2 hours. It's a 20-minute training with plug and play templates. You pick your template, fill it out, and then you walk away with something that will actually sell. I'll talk more about that at the end, but for now, I just don't want you to overcomplicate this. Step 4 is where most people fall apart, and I say that with love. That part is connecting with your potential client, actually putting yourself out there and having conversations that could lead to sales. This is where the excuses get really creative.
I need to finish my website first. I'm still working on my brand colors. I want to have all my content ready before I launch. I need to take one more course.
Let me translate to what those actually mean. I'm scared to be rejected, so I'm going to continue to keep doing things that actually make me feel productive, and they don't actually require me to talk to anybody. I get it. I did the same thing. But I need you to understand something. Until you make your first sale, you do not have a business. You just have an expensive hobby that's taking up your time. And here's the thing about all this. You just need to start having conversations with people who might want to buy what you're selling. That's it. That is truly the whole strategy when it comes to sales. The best place to start is with your existing network. Let people know what you're building, not a mass email blast to everybody you know that screams, "I'm selling something." Have real conversations. Make your outreach thoughtful. Ask for referrals. And this isn't about being being pushy, y'all. This is about being of service. Show up where your potential clients might already be gathering. Online communities, LinkedIn, industry groups. You're not going to show up there to pitch. You're going to show up there to contribute. You're going to show up to be helpful. You're going to show up to let people know that you actually have something to offer. Here's what I want you to know about sales. It feels scary until you do it. The first time you do it, you're going to be terrified. The second time, it's still going to feel uncomfortable, but by the 10th time you do it, it's really just like having a conversation. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. So your assignment is simple. Within the next 24 hours, I want you to reach out to at least one person. Tell that person what you're doing, ask them for a referral, offer to help them, start the conversation. That single action will create more momentum than another month of you planning. So you now have 4 steps to start your coaching business today. Own what qualifies you, pick your niche, build your offer, and start talking to people. But here's the part that's up to you. Are you actually really going to do it? Or are you going to save this video? Tell yourself you're going to come back to it and then spend another 3 months researching. I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm saying it because I've been exactly where you are and I know how easy it is to be in preparation mode forever. It feels safe and comfortable there, but nothing ever grows out of a comfort zone. And the women who have built successful coaching business, they're not the ones who sat and waited for everything to be perfect before they started. They're the ones who started before they felt ready and refined as they go. You have skills and experience that can truly change somebody's life. The only thing between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to start. Now, if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and overthinking and you're actually ready to build your offer, go get 2K in 2 hours. It's linked down in the description box. It's a 20-minute video with plug and play templates, and it's only $24. And if you're still figuring out your niche, 101 Coaching Ideas is a perfect starting place for you. That is also linked down in the description box. If you're still here, drop a comment down below telling me what's the one skill or experience you're thinking about starting your coaching business with. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.